Alright, we back for part 2 of the Pimp My Ride tier list. Let's get into it. But I might have to do voiceover sections for some of the clips in the video because otherwise it gets blocked globally. YouTubers really are the most persecuted minority, maybe only second to gamers. But anyway, up first we have a Frankenstein of a car, which is the 1989 Ford Escort. Well, it's two Ford Escorts welded together, but you know.
What's up? My name is Kerry, I'm 19 years old, and this is my 89 Ford Escort.
As you can see, this car shouldn't be on the road. It should be donated to science to understand whatever dark arts were used to gum this bad boy together. Just so that everyone's on the same page, welding two cars down the chassis is known as a cut and shut, and you don't need to be an automotive engineer to understand that having a bunch of stress points in the middle of the car is a bad idea. In all fairness though, the welds aren't even that bad, but I'm gonna guess that they'll still shear after hitting a pothole or turning the car too fast. Unfortunately for Kerry though, that isn't the only thing that's wrong with this bucket of a car.
I don't even know what this stuff is. I think I ran over it or something. This car doesn't look attractive at all. It's ugly.
Yeah, that either looks like someone got reckless with cold weld bonding solution or the fossilized remains of an ancient tapeworm. Could be either or at this point. The show explains the reason why he doesn't just get another car, and it's actually kind of touching. It turns out that his father walked on him, his mother and younger sisters, and at a young age he had to step up and be the man of the house.
Yeah, I pretty much put my life on hold, because I'm babysitting a lot, but I'm very close to my family. I love them very much. I mean, I'd do anything for them to make it better.
His car may be a rusted shitbox, but the dude has a heart of gold. But this is Pimp My Ride, that isn't going to cut it, unfortunately. So, let's see what Exhibit has to say about this two-tone bucket of chrome.
This is a first on Pimp My Ride. Now, I've seen duct tape, I've seen caulking, but this is the first time I've seen roof tar to hold on a windshield. That's gangster.
Okay, so they didn't mention this when Kerry was talking about the car, but I imagine that leaving this parked in the sun is tantamount to having a portable gas chamber with all the tar fumes that get released when it's heated. So, no, it's not gangster, Mr. Exhibit. It's actually extremely dangerous. Exhibit then plays Where's Weldo and counts the number of welds on the car with 4 total welds. And shortly after that, Mr. X gives us a quick lecture on proper grammar.
What years is this car? Well, how do I say that? What years are the cars?
Insightful as always, Mr. Exhibit, and I think he's actually correct. It is what years are these cars. So, the art of pimping is not the only thing that is being taught on this gem of a show. You also get quick lessons on grammar.
Alright, man, I'm gonna take this car. Next time you see it, you ain't gonna recognize it. You won't believe your eyes, man, trust me. Alright?
So much
There it is. No,
much love, dude.
I love you, brother, but that was a little too straightforward.
Kerry unfortunately doesn't know that the first rule of pimping is that you gotta keep it player at all times. And X, obviously knowing the rules, cannot allow that embrace, so respect to X for keeping it player. That being said, X eventually takes it down to the West Coast Customs crew, and like any normal crew of mechanics, they immediately realize that this car is basically a death trap.
Hey, JD, I think we got a problem.
What is it, Mike?
This weld job is so bad, this car can fold up like an accordion.
So you saying it's ready to fall apart?
It's a matter of time. I'm surprised you made it here.
What?
So they take it into the shop and have a look at the underside to see how the car was put back together, and my goodness. I thought it was going to be bad, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad.
This is real glue, and it's holding the car together. This is what's holding this car together. Bubble yum.
Yeah, glue on the underside holding the pieces together, and I don't think that this was put there by the show. I think this actually was how bad the car was, because the look on all of the crew's faces are way more serious than they usually are. Fortunately for Kerry, X makes a few calls.
Yeah, today. Arigato. Ah, yeah. All right, dog. All right, I'm on my way.
And he manages to get a brand new Scion XB for Kerry, which is kinda cool. So with the car now being actually pimpable, let's listen to what the crew has in store for Kerry's brand new car. First up, the paint department.
Paint and body department. What do you got for me?
Alright, Q. Since this is a new car, it doesn't really make too much sense to paint it.
We're gonna wrap it. I wanna put some flames on it to go from orange to red, from like there to like all the way in the back.
Yeah, I can see the vision. Some flames would go quite nicely, especially with the side body being so large. Next up, we have the interiors department with Ish.
Ish, you got a brand new interior with the Scion. What you want to do with it?
Yeah, I'm gonna make the inside of this car, man, just like a family. We'll put some orange leather on the center of the seats, black leather on the outside.
Standard interior swap. Orange would probably go quite nicely with the flames, and Ish usually cooks whenever he has an idea, so I can see it coming together quite nicely. Up next is accessories department with Big Dane.
Accessories department. Big Dana, holla at your boy.
We're gonna show them California love. We're gonna put a big, huge, giant sunroof. It's gonna pull from here all the way back to here. To where? To here.
Not only is it going to have a big, huge sunroof, it's going to have a big, huge, giant sunroof. So really pulling out all the stops here, fellas. But that's not all for accessories.
Going on with this sunroof, we're gonna put a big, huge wing on the back of this car, man. Big chicken wing, you know what I'm saying? Look at it!
A big, huge chicken wing on the back too. I'm not sure how aerodynamic the XB is, but why not? Let's just stick a spoiler on the top to increase drag even more. And finally, we have the homeboy himself, Mad Mike, with the electronics department. I'm excited to see what the big man has planned.
Kid loves computers, so what we're gonna do is put the brand new drive soft system in there. Back here, plexiglass floor, 10-inch woofers in there. We're gonna float the amplifier right here. Put neon right behind it.
Street glow.
Street glow.
So he's going to put a computer in the dashboard, the drive soft system, and a big ass speaker in the back. Which, honestly, I'm a little disappointed. Usually we have something insane by Mad Mike, like the blender in the back of the AMC Pacer, but maybe we just need to trust the process. Okay, so let's take a look at the finished product.
I want you to check out and put your eyes right here, smack dab on your brand new car.
Whoa, dude! Oh my God!
Okay, first impressions, I'm not going to lie, the decals on the side are a bit shit. They kind of look like temporary tattoos that you get from chewing gum wrappers. Then there's this stupidly large spoiler on the back, which I guess they weren't lying when they said big, giant, huge. It kind of looks like a funeral car, except more silly looking.
Your car was not pimpable. Your car was a total piece of, you know what I'm saying? And so, we got you a brand new car, homeboy.
Oh my God, are you serious?
X just keeping it real as always will never not be funny. Sometimes you just have to be straight up and let the homie know that what he has is a piece of shit. That's a fundamental part of the pimping playbook.
We hit you with the custom graphics all along the side.
Them flames are nice, dude. The colors fit perfect, man. Oh, yeah.
Smoking.
Carries on fire.
So, yeah. Kerry's obviously going to be thankful about getting the new car and will probably glaze a little more, but we're here on strict business to rank this car in a pimping tier list, and seeing the flames again up close just confirmed that they're actually really badly done. Now to Mad Mike with the electrics.
So let me show you a new system.
Go, Daddy.
Whoa! Damn! They hooked me. This is a new precision power 5-channel amp. And guess what? It's floating in mid-air. Oh, sweet.
Okay, I can get down with the screens in the dash and in the middle seats, but I feel like having screens on the headrest of the back seats is a bit overkill. But I'll keep an open mind and give them an opportunity to explain their reasoning for why they did that.
Another thing I want to show you, we installed 4 7-inch monitors in your headrest.
Oh my God, dude.
We got 2 so the people in the back seat can see. And then we got 2 so the people driving behind you can see what you're looking at too.
Oh yeah.
It's called Pimp My Ride.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Hell yeah, I can get down with this. I stand completely corrected. This is major bonus pimping points right here. Just imagine you're driving your shitty car to work and in front of you some guy is just watching a movie on his screen on the dash, but also playing it in his boot, so you have to watch it too. Insane levels of pimping right here.
This is drive soft. This is an in-car computer.
Oh my God.
Push the more button. Now you got email, internet, and a mobile office in your car.
Oh my God, dude, that is sick.
Yo, yet another Pimp My Ride post. You know how we do.
Hell yeah. Imagine if I had something like this, writing up my stoic scripts on my dashboard whilst I'm doing exactly the speed limit. Shit, I might get double the work done. Anyway, that's Kerry's Ford Escort, but technically his Scion XB. And for his pimped out car, I'm gonna have to put it in the slightly pimping tier. Controversial, I know, but most of the actually good pimping stuff is on the inside of the car. The outside is just kinda shitty. So were it not for these shitty flames, I would have put this in the straight pimping tier. Up next we have, honestly, I would be hard pressed to call this thing a car. You thought the last one was bad, just wait until you see this monstrosity. This is Jason's 1994 Toyota T100.
Hi, my name is Jason, and this is my ride.
Yeah, that shit is quite literally a skeleton. There is no way that this shit is not just a bit for the TV show. If it actually is the car that he uses, then he must get like 1,000,000 miles to the gallon. He could probably tow his car with a rope over his shoulder. The ultimate weight reduction vehicle. In fact, if it was any lighter, all he would have to do is stick his feet through the floor and run it like the Flintstones. Jason actually explains the reason why his car looks like how it looks.
I was dishonored by some cowards that stole all the parts off my truck.
Okay, but who did he get robbed by? Did the sandcrawler drive by and take his shit apart piece by piece? Imagine being him and waking up one day to just nothing. In fact, Jason actually goes into exactly what they stole, and it's so specific.
What's missing on my truck is doors, truck bed, seats, bumper, headliner, back window, carpet, the radio, and even the battery. But I replaced that.
I just have to ask, if someone was going to go through the hassle of taking the doors, the back window, the battery, the headliner, and the truck bed, surely it would have been easier to just hotwire and steal the whole thing instead of making off with a bunch of car parts that you have to separately store. But that's just me.
So please, MTV, pimp my ride.
Okay, that's kind of baller, I'm not gonna lie. But imagine committing a crime in this vehicle and the police report just sounds like, suspect is making a getaway in what seems to be half of a Toyota T100. They could probably just follow the trail of car parts from the crime scene back to your house.
This is, come on, dude. Where's the rest of it? Damn.
Yeah, Mr. Exhibit, I had the exact same reaction when I first started watching this episode. My jaw actually dropped as soon as it came into frame the first time I saw it. How has this guy not been pulled over and had his half-built car impounded for being a hazard to other drivers?
And you can drive like this in California. Now, yeah, police gonna you up, man. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely getting pulled over today.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Mr. Eggs to the Z-Zibit. Driving this on the road and getting pulled over would be instant bankruptcy. They would be citing you for basically every clause and subclause in the goddamn book. I think X puts it quite simply when he says this about the car.
I don't have nothing to talk about because it ain't in the car.
Oh man. Eventually though, Jason meets X and he's finally able to tell the story of how his car came to be his half of a car.
What happened to your truck?
I took it to a buddy's shop. We were in there talking, and I came out. Some people running down the street with my doors, my bed. They were gone.
That was like some ghetto Olympics type.
Whoever it was that stripped this car easily must have gotten a gold in the Ghetto Olympics. They managed to take the entire truck bed in just a few hours in daylight. Jason then goes on to explain how his car is actually still road legal, even though it is basically not a car.
I guess in the state of California, all you need is working tail lights and a seatbelt, right?
Headlights.
And headlights.
Headlights.
And you're good.
That's right.
All of this is kind of crazy considering the state of California will require all vehicles to be completely net zero emission by 2035. So from one end of the regulatory spectrum to the other in a few decades. One final thing before X takes it to the shop for repairs. Check out how he has to stick the car in reverse.
One other thing before you leave.
What?
I have to put it in reverse for you.
Why are you getting out of the car to put it in reverse?
Right there. You have to push it down.
Imagine trying to do a 3-point turn in this bad boy. Plus, surely the gearbox being exposed enough for you to manually change the gears would lead to rusting and a debris buildup. I guess this is just a testament to the build quality of Toyota cars.
It's great because you can drive and get a suntan at the same time.
Watching X drive the car into the garage, I still can't get over the fact that he actually drove this death trap at what looks to be a fairly fast speed as well. But anyway, let's see what the boys over at Galpin Autosports are cooking for the pimping of the ride. First up is paint department with Luis.
Paint, how you gonna give this thing a killer look?
I got 3 words for you. Camouflage.
Camouflage?
Yeah, it's glamorous and camouflage put together.
Yeah, oh yeah, Jason's ex-army by the way, which is why a lot of the pimping is military related, which may have not made the cut in the earlier part of the video. But yeah, he was in the Marines and got honorably discharged. That being said, I'm not 100% sold on the glamouflage idea, but I guess we'll just have to see how it pans out. Next up, we have interiors with Rick.
Interiors, what do you got for me?
I'm gonna make these seats the toughest we've ever done.
I'm gonna line his seats with Kevlar, the same material they use to make bulletproof vests.
Depending on how they do it, it could pack on quite a lot of weight, but at least it'll mean that the next time someone tries to strip his vehicle for parts, then they won't be able to carry the seats away as they'll be too heavy. And the seats are also bulletproof, which, I mean, if the back passenger tries to shoot you in the back, you're covered on that base, I guess. But yeah. Up next we have Mad Mike himself for the electronics, and I just couldn't bring myself to do a voiceover for the main man himself, so I'm just gonna let him take it away.
Mad Mike, what you got for me?
I'm hooking this thing up with a 50-inch platinum screen in the back and a 23-inch outdoor waterproof monitor in the front. Plus, with a push of a button, there's gonna be an automatic ramp coming out of a brand new truck bed.
Good old Mad Mike. I have no clue what the outdoor monitor is going to be used for, but Mike almost never disappoints, so I trust the vision. Okay, with that all done, let's see what the final product looks like.
Jason, check it out.
Oh my God! No way! Holy, that is not, no, oh my.
Yeah, it's kind of ugly, I'm not going to lie. If I was comparing it to how it looked before, I would say that this is a massive upgrade, but this is a Pimp My Ride tier list, and I'm gonna have to rank it on pimpingness. And it just looks bad.
You know, with camouflage, you kind of blend in. But with glamouflage, everybody's gonna see you coming. You say it with me?
Camouflage.
Oh man, this is the ugliest paint job that we've looked at so far. even worse than just the flame decals on the Scion XB, which is saying something.
We hooked you up with some 18-inch electronic Vertex rims and wrapped them in some big-ass off-terrain tires.
Those are nice. Those are real nice.
I do have to say though, whoever chose those rims needs a raise because they are exceedingly pimping. I mean, the only thing that could improve them would be to make them spinners, pull up in the Glamouflage truck, and the wheels still spinning. You just know for a fact that even just with the wheels themselves, he's getting all the hose.
Check this out.
Yeah.
Wow, that is amazing.
This is a sun-bright, waterproof monitor. With this TV, you can go out fishing, camping, hiking, anything.
Yeah, that outdoor monitor is kind of shit. I know it was the early thousands and TVs were kind of shitty back then, but even still, this looks so out of place. I guess because it was waterproof and outdoor, it has to be thicker and smaller than the 50-inch in the back, but how would you even go around using this? Because if you put chairs in front of the truck, you'd still have a pretty hard time trying to see anything given how low the resolution is. But as X and Mad Mike will point out, this chunkiness does allow it to have one major benefit.
You can even throw rocks at this thing and it won't break.
Why would you do that? Why would you tell them to do that? What are you gonna throw rocks at the damn TV for? They're setting them up for failure.
As always, Mr. X being the man of reason on the show. I mean, if you were going to take it fishing, that TV is the perfect size for a shooting target. That is portable and also has a steel back, so the shots probably won't go through. So, forget the rocks, you probably have to worry more about bullets. Enough of the outside though, now it's time to have a look at what's on the inside.
Now, let's check out the inside.
Holy crap. Seats.
Some tough seats. These seats got Kevlar in them.
Sick. That sounds like something I would have.
Those seats look chunky as hell, I'm gonna be honest. This is why I only trust Ish to be on interiors, because it looks like some weak ass tiger stripes that aren't even sharp at the points. And there's some other stuff on the inside like an infotainment system, DVD player, GPS system, and also for some reason a Doppler radar system, which is apparently the thing that weather stations use to get the weather correct. All those features are great and all, but the most out there is what is coming next.
Jason, you gotta check this out. This is a pottery wheel.
That is really cool. That is.
Hey, X, get some clay, man.
Mad Mike with the crazy shit, never disappointing. And the only reason why they incorporated this pottery wheel was because they found out that he made pottery one time with his girlfriend, and that's why they installed a pottery wheel under one of the seats. I'm just going to point out the obvious, which is using this would be extremely uncomfortable, given the fact that you need to squat outside the car for extended periods of time, and then also there's nowhere to put the finished product whilst it dries. So you'll either have to toss it or have a wet clay smell in your car for the next week. The final feature on this pimping is the truck bed and the massive TV that they installed in it.
Check this out. We hooked you up with an automatic gate, and then on the inside, you got a 50-inch Dell plasma TV, dog.
I have to ask, what purpose does this TV even serve other than increasing the value of the loot when it eventually gets stripped for parts again? Like, yeah, before this truck was just a normal truck and they cleaned that shit down to the bone. Imagine if he drives back to the same place again, this time with a massive TV hanging on the back. We don't victim blame here on this channel, but at this point he's basically asking to get robbed again. Oh, and yeah, they also got him an ATV quad bike to put in the back as well, which is actually pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie.
And if it wasn't enough that we got you an ATV, we also put TVs on it. You know what I'm saying? We pimped it out.
Okay, the ATV is very pimping, I must say. Shit, they even put a DVD player on the bottom as well, so you can choose exactly what people are watching as you drive by. That being said, as cool as all that stuff is, Just take a look at what the car looks like when he drives it back home. The huge steel panels that they added just so that the TV wouldn't get stolen make the truck look stupid as hell, and probably decreased its fuel efficiency to nearly zero. But anyway, for Jason's Toyota, although a significant improvement to what it was before, will have to unfortunately be the very first car going into the not pimping tier for crimes against pimping. A lot of potential and some cool features, but ultimately the paint job and the ugly truck bed is forcing me to give it this ranking. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing, but other than that, thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.